Sardines have long been called one of the healthiest foods for aging bodies. Low in mercury, rich in omega-3s, good for the heart, good for the bones. And that part is true. But here's what almost no one talks about. The way most people eat sardines can quietly take away the very benefits they're hoping to gain, especially if you're over 60. For years, we were told sardines were simple. Open the can, eat the fish, feel good about it. It sounds healthy. It feels responsible. But the truth isn't that simple, because a few very common habits that seem harmless slowly drain away calcium, healthy fats, and key nutrients your body depends on more as you get older. Not suddenly, not dramatically, quietly, over time. The kind of loss you don't notice until your joints feel stiffer, your energy isn't what it used to be, or your bones need more support than before. And here's the part most seniors never hear. No label warns you. No doctor explains it. Most people never find out. But with a few small changes, sardines can become one of the most powerful, affordable foods for protecting your heart, bones, and brain as you age. If you've ever wondered whether you're eating healthy foods the right way, this video is for you. And if any of this feels familiar, feel free to leave a like or a comment below. We read every message. Now let's start with the first mistake most people make without even realizing it. 10. Throwing out the bones. One of the most common mistakes people make is removing the small bones from sardines. At first, it may seem like the right thing to do. After all, with larger fish bones can be sharp, irritating, and even unsafe. But sardines are different. Their bones are completely edible, soft, and safe to chew. The canning process cooks them under pressure until they become tender enough that most people do not even notice them. And here is the key point. Those tiny bones are packed with nutrition. They are one of the best natural sources of calcium you can find in seafood. Just one serving of sardines with the bones can provide more than a third of your daily calcium needs. Calcium is essential for keeping your bones strong, your teeth healthy, and your muscles working properly. Sardines also contain vitamin D, which helps your body absorb calcium. Together, calcium and vitamin D make a powerful team for supporting bone health, especially as you get older. When you remove the bones, you are not only creating extra work for yourself, you are also throwing away nutrients your body truly needs. And honestly, you cannot even taste them. The bones blend in with the fish. Many people who eat sardines regularly cannot tell where the meat ends and the bones begin. Yes, some companies sell deboned sardines, but they usually cost more and often look broken because the deboning process damages the fish. That means you are paying more money for less nutrition and a less appealing product. The solution is simple: keep the bones. They are safe, highly nutritious, and nearly unnoticeable once you start eating. Think of them as a hidden bonus that helps make sardines one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can buy. 9. Choosing water packed instead of oil packed. One of the biggest mistakes happens right in the grocery aisle, choosing sardines packed in water instead of oil. At first glance, water packed sounds like the healthier option. Fewer calories, lighter taste right. But here is the truth. When you choose water over oil, you miss out on both flavor and nutrition. Sardines are naturally rich in healthy fats, especially omega-3 fatty acids. These are the fats that can help reduce inflammation and support heart health. Oil also helps keep the fish moist and can support your body in using those omega-3s. Water, on the other hand, does the fish no favors. Sardines packed in water often turn out bland, dry, or even slightly metallic over time. That is because water cannot protect the natural oils inside the fish from breaking down. As those fats oxidize, both the taste and the nutritional value can decline. Oil, by contrast, acts like a shield, helping sardines stay fresher and more flavorful for longer. Many people who enjoy sardines even say sardines in olive oil taste better after they have had time to sit. Yes, sardines packed in oil have more calories, but they come from the right kind of fats that can benefit your body. It is a small choice that can make a big difference. If you want sardines that taste great and deliver maximum nutrition, skip the water-packed cans and choose sardines packed in a quality oil. 8. Letting opened cans sit too long. Here is a mistake almost everyone makes at some point, leaving an opened can of sardines sitting around for too long. While unopened cans can last for years, once you open the lid, the clock starts ticking. As soon as sardines are exposed to air, they begin to deteriorate. The healthy oils inside start to oxidize, which not only changes the flavor, but also breaks down valuable omega-3 fats, the very reason many people eat sardines in the first place. That means the longer they sit, the less nutrition you get, and the worse they will taste. How long they last depends on what they are packed in. Sardines packed in water decline the fastest, usually within 24 hours. Sardines packed in oil can last 2 to 3 days in the refrigerator. If they are packed in tomato sauce, you may be able to stretch that to 4 days. But here is a rule you should not ignore after 1 week. No matter what they are packed in, the sardines are spoiled and unsafe to eat. Another common mistake is leaving them in the opened can. Once exposed, the metal can react with air and speed up spoilage, and it can add an unpleasant metallic taste. That is why food safety experts recommend transferring sardines right away into a clean, airtight glass or plastic container. This keeps air out, slows nutrient loss, and helps preserve flavor. If you truly want to extend their shelf life, you can freeze them, but freezing changes the texture and makes them softer. The best practice is simple: only open what you will eat within a couple of days, and always transfer leftovers into a proper container. It is an easy habit that keeps your sardines safe, fresh, and full of nutrition. 7. Ignoring expiration dates and storage rules. Many people assume canned food lasts forever, but that is not true. Sardines can stay good for years if they are sealed and stored properly, but heat, sunlight, and moisture are their enemies. If you leave cans in a sunny kitchen window near the stove or in a damp pantry, you speed up the breakdown of both the can and the fish inside. Over time, the oils in the fish oxidize, flavors turn sour, and nutrients start to fade. Even worse, a damaged can allow bacteria to grow, which makes the sardines unsafe to eat. Here is something many people do not realize: not all sardines keep equally well. Sardines packed in tomato sauce or other acidic liquids break down faster than sardines packed in oil. That means if you buy different types, you should rotate them. Use the acidic varieties first and save the oil-packed cans for longer-term storage. It is also important to inspect the can closely before you open it. If you see bulges, rust, dents along the seams, or leaks, do not take any chances. Throw it out. Think of it this way: sardines are one of the most affordable superfoods you can buy. Do not waste them, and more importantly, do not risk your health because of poor storage. With a little care, you can keep every can fresh, safe, and ready to deliver all the nutrition it promises. 6. Only eating them straight from the can. One of the best things about sardines is how easy they are. Open the tin and they are ready to eat. But here is the downside: if you only ever eat them plain, you miss out on a lot of flavor and variety. That is why many people get bored with them too quickly. Sardines are far more versatile than most people realize. Think of them as an ingredient, not just a ready-to-eat snack. For example, mash them with a little yogurt, avocado, or olive oil to make a protein-rich spread for bread or crackers. On toast, add toppings like capers, onions, or sliced tomatoes for a Mediterranean-style bite that feels gourmet but takes only minutes. They also work well in hot meals. Stir them into pasta sauce at the very end for extra flavor and omega-3 fats. Add them to a stir-fry right before serving so they stay intact while boosting protein. Even pizza can taste better with sardines. Their savory, salty flavor pairs well with olives, peppers, and fresh herbs. And at breakfast, fold them into scrambled eggs or an omelette for a powerful start to your day. The benefit is not just taste, it is nutrition too. Pairing sardines with vegetables, grains, or healthy fats can help your body absorb their nutrients more efficiently. For example, eating them with vitamin C-rich foods like tomatoes or peppers can help your body absorb more iron. So yes, it is fine to eat them straight from the can once in a while, but do not limit yourself. With a little creativity, sardines can become a secret ingredient that makes many dishes more exciting and more nutritious. 5. Thinking all sardines taste the same. Many people assume sardines are all alike. They think if you open one can, it will taste like any other. But that is far from true. Just like wine, coffee, or cheese, sardines can vary a lot in flavor, texture, and overall quality, depending on where they come from, how they are packed, and even the time of year they are caught. Consider the waters they come from. Atlantic sardines can taste very different from Mediterranean or Pacific sardines because temperature, diet, and environment all shape the fish. Sardines from colder waters such as Norway often have a firmer texture and a cleaner flavor. Sardines from warmer waters can be softer and richer. Even the season matters. Fish caught in the spring may taste lighter, while fish caught later in the year are often fattier and more flavorful. The packing liquid also changes the taste dramatically. Olive oil, tomato sauce, mustard, or water each brings out different flavors. Spanish and Portuguese sardines packed in high-quality olive oil, for example, can develop deeper, more complex flavor over time. Some producers smoke their sardines, adding a savory richness, while others use spiced oils or sauces for an extra kick. So if you did not enjoy one, do not give up on sardines altogether. It may have simply been that specific type. Exploring different brands, origins, and packing styles can completely change your experience. Sardines are not one size fits all. Once you experiment, you may discover a whole range of flavors waiting inside those small tins. 4. Pairing sardines with the wrong flavors. Sardines are bold little fish. Their rich oils and strong savory taste make them powerful ingredients, but that also means they need the right partners on the plate. One of the biggest mistakes is combining sardines with flavors that clash instead of balance. Here is the key: sardines need contrast. Their natural richness shines when paired with bright, fresh, or tangy ingredients that cut through the oiliness. Think lemon juice, vinegar, capers, tomatoes, or pickled vegetables. These sharp flavors do not hide the sardine taste, they refine it, making the whole dish feel more balanced and more exciting. Fresh herbs like parsley, dill, or cilantro also add a clean, fresh note that lightens everything up. So what should you avoid? Heavy, creamy sauces, buttery dishes, or overly sweet pairings. Creamy sauces combined with oily sardines often feel too rich and can overwhelm your taste. Sweet glazes or fruit-based toppings can clash with the natural saltiness of sardines and create an unpleasant contrast. For example, sardines on toast with lemon and herbs can taste light and satisfying, but sardines covered in a heavy cheese sauce often feel like too much. The extra richness can make them hard to enjoy. It is not that you cannot experiment, but the key is balance. When you choose the right flavors, sardines go from being just fish in a can to a gourmet ingredient that feels fresh, vibrant, and memorable. 3. Rinsing away taste and nutrition. This one may surprise you. One of the worst things you can do with sardines is rinsing them underwater before you eat them. Many people do this hoping to reduce salt, fat, or that fishy taste, but in reality, rinsing simply washes away flavor and valuable nutrients. When sardines are canned, the oil source or brine they are packed in is not just filler, it is part of the preservation process. Over time, the fish and the liquid exchange flavors and key nutrients such as omega-3 fats and fat-soluble vitamins seep into that liquid. When you rinse the sardines, you lose those nutrients along with the flavor that has been developing for months. With sardines packed in oil, rinsing creates another problem. Oil and water do not mix, so the fish can become slippery, break apart, and look less appetizing. The same is true for sardines packed in tomato sauce or mustard sauce. Rinsing removes the tang and richness that balance the natural flavor of the fish. And about the salt, yes, sardines can be salty, but rinsing does not really solve it. Much of the salt is absorbed into the fish during canning, not just sitting on the surface. A better solution is to buy lower sodium varieties or simply reduce the salt in the rest of your meal. That way, you keep the flavor and nutrition intact. Think of it this way, rinsing sardines is like undoing months of careful flavor and nutrient development in just a few seconds. Instead of washing it all away, embrace the oil brine or sauce. It is part of what makes sardines special. 2. Avoiding sardines because of fishiness. One of the biggest reasons people avoid sardines is the belief that they taste too fishy. But the truth is that sardines are fish. They are supposed to taste like the sea. The real issue is not the sardines themselves, but how they are stored, prepared, or paired with other foods. Good sardines should taste clean, savory, and slightly briny, like a fresh ocean breeze. If yours taste too strong or unpleasant, there is a good chance they were not stored well, they are past their best buy date, or they are not being paired with the right ingredients. The goal is not to hide the flavor, but to brighten it. Acidic ingredients like fresh lemon juice, a splash of vinegar, or a spoonful of tomato sauce can cut through heaviness and make the flavor feel more lively. Fresh herbs like parsley, cilantro, or dill can do the same by adding freshness that balances the richness. Quality also makes a big difference. Sardines packed in high-quality olive oil or tomato sauce often taste cleaner and less overpowering than cheaper options that are poorly processed. Here is something else to keep in mind. Your taste can adjust over time. If you do not eat fish, often sardines may taste strong at first, but with repeated exposure, you may start to notice a subtle sweetness and more depth of flavor. Instead of deciding sardines are too fishy, experiment with different pairings. Mix them into a salad, squeeze citrus on top, or serve them with crisp vegetables. You may be surprised how quickly that fishy flavor can turn into something you actually look forward to. 1. Throwing away the precious oil. This is by far the most costly mistake people make with sardines, draining the oil and pouring it down the sink. That golden liquid is not waste. It is where some of the best flavor and nutrition are hiding. Here is why. When sardines are packed in oil, a slow exchange takes place. The fish release some of their natural juices into the oil, and at the same time, the oil soaks back into the fish. Over months of storage, that oil becomes rich with omega-3 fatty acids, fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D and vitamin E, and deep savory flavor. In other words, it turns into liquid nutrition. Throwing it away does not just mean losing calories. You are also throwing away valuable nutrients that support your heart, brain, and immune system. From a cooking standpoint, you are discarding a free flavor booster that many cooks would love to have on hand. So what can you do with it? Plenty. Drizzle the oil over salads instead of using bottled dressing. Use it to saute onions and garlic before cooking pasta or rice. Stir it into soups or stews to enrich the broth. You can even dip fresh bread into it with a squeeze of lemon and some herbs for a quick snack. And here is a bonus: the flavor of the oil can deepen a little after opening. If you store it properly in the refrigerator for a few days, it can add even more complexity to your meals. Sardine oil is simply too valuable to waste. Treat it like the secret ingredient it truly is. Who should be careful with sardines? Sardines are one of the healthiest foods you can eat, but like any nutrient-dense food, they are not the best choice for everyone in large amounts. A few groups of people should be extra cautious about eating them too often. People with high blood pressure or salt sensitivity. Many canned sardines are packed in brine oil or sauce that can contain a lot of sodium. Too much sodium can raise blood pressure, so lower sodium options can be a better choice. People with gout or high uric acid. Sardines are high in purines, which the body breaks down into uric acid. For some people, that can trigger gout flare-ups. Moderation matters. Anyone who is prone to kidney stones, especially uric acid stones, because purines may increase risk, it can be smart to check with your doctor before eating sardines regularly. Pregnant women. The good news is sardines are very low in mercury compared with larger fish such as tuna or swordfish. But because sardines are often canned in oil or brine, it is still wise to watch sodium and calorie intake if you eat them often. For most healthy people, sardines are an excellent food to enjoy regularly. But if you fall into one of these groups, moderation is usually the safest approach. To wrap it up, sardines are one of the most underrated superfoods, but only if you handle them the right way. From choosing the right can to storing, pairing, and preparing them properly, small mistakes can mean the difference between a bland, wasted meal and a powerful boost of nutrition. Do not let simple slip-ups keep you from getting everything sardines have to offer. Packed with protein, omega-3 fats, calcium, and vitamins, they support your heart, brain, and bones, while also being one of the most budget-friendly foods you can buy. Now you know how to unlock their full potential and avoid the traps that trip most people up. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. And don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Senior Meal Coach for more science-backed tips to stay strong and independent after 60. Remember, this aging doesn't have to mean getting weaker. With the right daily habits, you can wake up every morning feeling stronger. The choice is yours. Have a blessed day, and as always, breathe easy, my friend.